Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, July 28th, 2023 at 12:58 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to do like I did earlier. Yesterday. Turn off the light. Excuse me. So, yeah. Well, it's a new day now. It's now Friday, but yesterday, Thursday, the fake Stephon Adams perp was the only one to harass me yesterday, and he harassed me at least twice yesterday. So, he tried to gaslight me about the directed energy weapons. He's not experiencing it, so he don't know what the hell he's talking about. I've been dealing with these attacks for probably over a decade, not knowing what it was. So, um, so yesterday morning, I don't remember what time it was. I think it was like 7:45 or 8 o'clock. I had two half bowls of cereal, that life cereal and milk. Excuse me. And I had 3 eggs and another I know I shouldn't be drinking it because I hate that it says natural flavors. That that um naked juice. Excuse me. So but the mighty mango flavor, it has like 57 grams of sugar. And I ate that and I got so full so fast. You know, I got so full. So then my tooth, the abscess tooth, it felt extremely irritated. And about 11 o'clock, I brushed my teeth with the coconut oil. And I be trying to brush my tongue while I'm brushing my teeth. And sometimes it's like if I try to put like scrub in the middle of my tongue, I end up having like a very sensitive gag reflex. So I guess my food wasn't all the way digested, and I like was. I'm sorry for TMI. I ended up thinking that some of the mucus was gonna come up, and I accidentally vomited some food while the hard mucus stayed stuck in my chest and throat. And so it seemed like as if I could only brush the front of my teeth. The front of my tongue. But if I try to brush the middle, I get like a very sensitive gag reflex. You know. So I think I fell asleep at about. I think I finally got me some sleep around 2 o'clock yesterday, 2 o'clock or 2:30 yesterday afternoon, and then woke up at about 6:30. I got like no sleep the night before. Wait a minute, no, that's not true. The night before, I fell asleep at 9:45, and then woke up at 2 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 2:30, and then couldn't go back to sleep. That was the case. So yeah, so then I realized that well, I guess only a few people unfollowed me on Twitter. And a few people probably blocked me as well. But every time I mention about people unfollowing or blocking me, more people unfollow and block me on Twitter. So I was wondering why I ended up like, it looked like as if I lost nearly 20 Twitter followers within a couple of days, and I was trying to wonder why. But I know recently somebody told me that his account got wrongfully banned for speaking the truth, and they probably had a few others whose account was banned. And then they had a lot of people in the writing community, their profile was restricted for whatever reason. But they had 3 people that's supposed to be part of the so-called targeted individual community. It was some white man, I don't remember who he was. And then it was a black lady that was supposed to be both targeted and Christian. And it's like, how you say you love the Lord, but if you unfollow or block somebody on social media and they never did you anything. And then the biggest surprise was Alice Dark. You know, the one who made the nice supportive video about me on YouTube. But you know, a lot of the commenters didn't care to acknowledge me, and then more than half of them were perps. But even the ones who claimed that they were targeted in the comment section on her video, they didn't even really acknowledge me. You know, maybe only 1 or 2 people acknowledged me, and they had that fake T.I. perp named that Rick T.I. guy. He was a fake Christian, and when I had the situation with Trisha, you know, he tried to call me mentally ill and all that. But I think it looked like as if he deleted his comment on that video. But yeah, that was the biggest surprise, that Alice Dark unfollowed me on Twitter, because she would go to bat for and defend me, you know. But I had separated myself from her a while ago because she mentioned about tarot card readers, but I'm like, I thought you were a Christian. So and then I felt bad, and then I went to, you know, she got a Twitter back in April, and then she went to follow me, and I followed back. But when she mentioned, and I think it was a live stream she did one time, and she mentioned about seeing tarot card readers. And so I'm like, oh, well, I stay away from those kind of people. But I saw videos of where she was heavily targeted, though. But so it's like, I don't know if she mentioned in a live stream about tarot card readers, but then I'm like, well, maybe I might be judgmental and unfair. What if she repented or turned away from seeing tarot card readers, you know, and turned her life over to Jesus Christ, you know? So, but they got, as I said, they got a lot of people who falsely profess to be Christian, and they and even if they claim to be targeted and Christian, and they be call themselves psychic mediums and all that, or they go seek out psychic mediums. So they will have people who say that they're Christian, and then, you know, if I say I got out of a cult and a babe in Christ, and, you know, looking for support, they separate themselves from me and falsely accuse me of playing with devils. And I'm like, I'm trying to ask for help. I got out of the cult, but I'm trying to, you hear that? I think I hear a loud bass. I got out of the cult because the foster mom forced us in a cult. But I got out of the cult, and, you know, try to seek advice on how to heal from the damage, and all I did was get kicked around and abused by fake Christian religious narcs, you know, who think that they're better. So, I mean, I don't even, like, I think, like, that Tracy Broadhurst lady falsely accused me of playing with devils and stuff like that, you know. And I'm like, you projecting what you did. You're the one who had a whole doggone, she had an abortion twice. And and so, I mean, she think that she could, you know, some people act like because they turn Christian that they act like they think that they could be the biggest judge or condemn people, you know. But I mean, as I said, if she falsely accused me of playing with devils, but I mean, and I came out of a cult, but you know, it's like she was projecting, was she, you know, projecting her sinful life onto me, you know. And Lisa Ruby false, like them trying to be know-it-all narcissists and think that they know you more than you know you. Lisa Ruby also falsely accused me of fellowshipping with devils. Now, like, this is the feedback that I get trying to ask for help on how to heal from a cult. Because Lisa Ruby, you know, trying to tell me that because I was abused by the foster mom and the foster brother Joe and all those beatings I got, she tried to make it like as if they put demons inside of me by beating me. You know. So some people feel like, oh, if you overeat and you're gluttonous or whatever, oh, you're playing with devils. Or whatever sin you got. But they act like they think they're sinless. So one sin in my life, they separate themselves from me, you know. But I mean, it's one thing if somebody committing sins, and I mean, I know that I'm trying to better myself from my sins, you know. As I said, I was a babe in Christ, and religious narcs expected me to be perfect already, you know. So but I mean, as I said, I felt bad if Alice Dark may have repented from seeking out tarot card readers and then turn to Jesus Christ. You know, that's why I call myself, you know, trying to give her, you know, another chance or whatever. But she mentioned something about she watches me all the time, like she watches me all the time or something like that, you know. But I don't know what I did or said, because like she hadn't even really talked to me lately on Twitter at all. She may have retweeted or liked a couple of things that I said in the beginning, like in April or May, but she ain't talked to me in a couple of months, like at all. But like a couple of weeks ago, I went through my Twitter list and she was still following me. So I didn't even realize that she recently got hateful and unfollowed them. I'm like, I don't even know if when I posted about people falsely accusing me of being a perp, if she took it that I am one and then unfollowed, or if she got offended at another tweet. I don't know. But I mean, people have falsely accused her of being a perp, and I've seen perps harass her on YouTube and make fake videos and lie and say that she's transgender and all that. You know, I don't know if it's true or false, but you know, she has a natural woman voice. But you know, but she still dresses and looks like a Satanist. Like she still dresses and looks satanic. But then they have people that's under heavy MK Ultra with the multiple personalities. A lot of people say that Jesus Christ is the only way you can be set free from any of that. I'm still trying to heal and not completely healed from the damage that had been done to me throughout my life. So, but I mean, it's like, well, I felt kind of shocked that Alice did that because she would always go to bat for and defend me. But I mean, a lot of Christians give that constant reminder to be not unequally yoked with unbelievers. But they got people who be calling themselves light workers and enchantress, goddess, and then be quoting Bible scriptures pretending like they're Christian, and then they be the biggest perps. So I don't even know if it's possible that she might have sold out. I mean, I don't know if she did or didn't, because it seemed like as if on social media, when a professed targeted individual, when they take deals and sell out and become a perp, one of the first thing they do is they start they unfollow or block another TI. But they got a lot of fakes. Like, people try to say focus on the real TIs that's positive. Like, how and everybody separating themselves from me? I don't really have anybody I can communicate with or talk with, and they got a lot of professed targeted individuals who say that they don't believe in God and that they're atheists. Or a lot, I've seen a few of them, but the main thing I see is the ones who try to mix Christianity and New Age or occultism and witchcraft and stuff. And so people who, I don't want nobody trying to cast spells on me, but I know that the online gang stalkers, I know that they're trying to put curses, and there might be in-person gang stalkers too, that putting curses and spells and witchcraft or whatever. But if people hear that I'm from New Orleans and I don't practice voodoo, I don't know voodoo, I'm not interested in learning voodoo or any kind of witchcraft. I don't even seek out how to study that. I don't even seek to study how people do that. All I know is my life is being systematically destroyed. So people falsely assume that because I'm from New Orleans, and if they're doing bad in life, they falsely accuse me of doing witchcraft on them. And I'm like, well, that's not fair. Not everybody from New Orleans does voodoo, But I'll tell you one thing. A lot of the biological family members in that fake foster mom, yeah, they did. They into the voodoo and stuff. And the biological mom, Frances, was heavily rumored to do voodoo. And the biological sister, Ramona, does voodoo. The fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, into the voodoo and the dark arts and black magic and all that. Adrian Felder, yeah, she definitely has a dark side, a secret dark side. She had all those masks on the walls in her house, like all these African and Indian masks and all these statues, and she believed in cremation and stuff like that. Excuse me. So and it's like, I really think there was a lot of evil spirits around that house too. If the foster mom would go to the fake, I'm getting spooked out talking about this. She would go to the fake IDMR cult at on a Friday night or something. I would be in the house by myself and end up hearing footsteps But the fake IDMR cult, they try to dismiss the idea that witchcraft is real, while at the same time performing witchcraft on people and having people under a spell. So, if Alice Dark does do the occultism or New Age or whatever, if she still sees tarot card readers, then I'll try to not lose sleep over her, turning against me. But, if she turned Christian and, forsook all that, then it would make me feel really bad. So, but when Alice Dark, after she made the supportive video about me on YouTube, they had the fake Darnell Williams perp last year. I think it was before I went by Trisha. And he called from, he pretended to be Alice Dark. And that was around the time he first started doing that, harassing me or whatever. He pretended to be Alice Dark. And, he pretended to be Alice Dark. And I almost fell for the trick and thought that was, her calling me. And then he started manipulating and playing all kinds of games. But it could have been him back in 2021 posing as Cynthia Burns, and calling me from fake different numbers, posing as Cynthia Burns, and then being extra abusive and harassing me. I don't know who that was. But the fake Darnell Williams perp, it was January 2022. No, it was February, because I was already living at the motel back in Pensacola before I went by Trisha. So I think it was February of 2022. Yeah, it was February 2022. And then I went to the February 2022. I went to the Domino's and try to get a job, because that man that threatened to stab me, he threatened to shoot me, and the man at the motel that threatened to shoot me a few months later. But before then, he was suggesting that I go try to get a job at Domino's. I got the interview and they didn't hire me, and I let y'all know. I did a video letting everybody know that Domino's didn't hire me. So then, it was after I came back from Trisha, though, I think it was, when the fake Darnell Williams pretended to be Alex Dupree and ordered a pizza. And I'm like, if I'm homeless on the streets, I was trying to figure out who it was that somebody from Domino's called me up and said that somebody named Alex Dupree had ordered me $30 worth of pizza. But come to find out, it was the fake Darnell Williams perp pretending to be Alex Dupree and ordered me whatever pizza. And then 3 times when I tried to call that Domino's, the manager or whoever was rude and cussed me out, or very disrespectful, and had the worst attitude, and said that there was no such thing. I'm like, well, why are there other workers telling me that there was somebody who had ordered a pizza for me? So I was very confused, and I never got the pizza. So then it was when I was working the Avis job, the fake Darnell Williams perp. I didn't know who that was, and I was trying to figure out, who is this that keep on calling a man impersonating, he would call and leave voice messages and impersonate women making sex. You can tell it's a man posing as a woman, pretending to be a woman making sex noises on my voice messages. And I'm like, had no idea, like, who the hell is this person? Eventually, I mean, the last time I saw Alex Dupree in person was September 20, it was a Sunday, September 26, 2021. And I went to the beach that day. And so, he said Alex Dupree he sabotaged my, me trying to go to the beach that day. And nearly succeeded at trying to set me up to get wrongfully banned from Uber or to get locked up in jail or the mental institution. And then the Uber driver, they switched out my Uber driver for a perp. And they tried to delay and prolong me trying to get to the beach. So, yeah, that was right when I, like, a couple of days after I started the job at, you know, the temp service job at Gulf Breeze Middle School and High School. But it's like after I got wrongfully fired and banned from the YMCA in 2019, or right after Labor Day, that was when Alex started following me around. And then, so it's like they will have gang stalkers that when I get a new job, there's a new male perp to follow me around. Or if I get a job or if I lose a job, either way, I would end up dealing with a new male perp following me around. And they would have some women following me around too. You know, and I mean, here in Bloomington, they got women following me around. And men too. So, so it's like, so yeah, I don't even know how to fake Darnell Williams perp. Like yesterday, several hours ago, it dawned on me that my twin sister must have been in contact with the ex-boyfriend Alex Mendez, a different Alex. And then, I mean, Alex Mendez, the biological brother Wyatt, and that Janet person all tried to contact me at around the same time. And it's like, who the hell gave Alex Mendez my YouTube channel information? I mean, I don't even know how the fake Darnell Williams perp would know about that ex-boyfriend Alex Mendez, though. So it had to have been my twin sister secretly following Alex somewhere on social media. I mean, because that was bizarre, you know. And Alex acted like as if, you know, he tried to love bomb me and hoover me back in or try to sucker me back in. And I got my final confirmation that he's a narcissistic abuser. And so Alex Mendez, no wonder why he did what he did. He probably was a perp back then, back in 2006 and 2007. Because he approached me during the MySpace days. He was 19 years old and I was just turned 23. And my twin sister, he had that badge of John Jay Community College of Criminal Justice or something. I saw his ID. He was 19 years old. He had an Adam's apple and like a little bit of facial hair. But my twin sister slandered me and lied on me and said I'm a pedophile and that Alex was 14. And then she lied on me and said that I'm the one who told her that Alex was 14. And she thought the shit was funny. Alex was born like September. He looks like David Jane and has the same birthday around the same around the same time as David Jane. I don't remember. I know David Jane's birthday is September 18th, 1980, but Alex Mendez's birthday was like, I don't remember if it was September 18th, 19th, or 21st. One of those days, I don't remember. But he was born in 1987. And that's like, there was a different guy that I was trying to date, would have wanted to be with. But, I'm glad I never married. I'm glad I didn't marry Alex. So, Alexander Mendez, but he told me that he was living in Tennessee. But I mean, I don't even know how, if Alex would, if I would have fell for the trap of him, if I would have fell for the trap of him trying to lure me to Tennessee, who knows what Alex would have done to me. I mean, it damn sure, and he was trying to sexually objectify me. Like, wow, you still have not changed one bit since you were 19. And then he stepped his game up with the narcissistic abuse. He's more like a covert narcissist. So, yeah, I mean, so, I swear, I just thought I just heard some loud bass. So, but anyway, so, yeah, the way Alex was talking all sexual and stuff, it made me feel like, nah. He even tried to love bomb and lie to me and say that, oh, you have an amazing heart and stuff like that. And, at first I thought it was just Alex acting the way that he acted because we were young. But now he truly is a narcissistic abuser and a perp. I mean, some people say Alex Mendez, the ex-boyfriend, was trying to be my handler. And that was the only long-term relationship that I ever had with anybody, for about 6.5 or 7 months or something. And then, and then it's like Alex cheating on me. Or, I mean, my twin sister even got in. My twin sister and the biological brother Wyatt, and people in New York, they got in his head and brainwashed him and turned him against me. And his mom was a narcissistic abuser, and I wouldn't want her for a mother-in-law. But his two siblings, his sister and brother, I never got to meet them. But Alex, as I said, I thought that he acted a certain way that he did because of being immature. But it's like dealing with narcissistic guys that would be like potential boyfriends. It's like each and every last one of them, excuse me, they would be extremely stingy with money and food. When I'm at my poorest, like being very poor and broke. But if I tried to cook for Alex or something like that, he acted like as if he didn't appreciate it, or he would pretend like it's nasty. But Alex, when I would be homeless and Alex would send for me to spend the day by him, and like, how the hell am I supposed to be at your house for 8 to 10 hours with no food. If we're supposed to be getting married or whatever, I'm like, I wouldn't want to marry a man that's gonna be stingy and make sure he himself eats way more food in front of my face and give me just literal crumbs. Like, if you might give me 5 French fries and 2 chicken wings while you eat 20 chicken wings and probably like 3 pounds of French fries all in front of my doggone face. I'm using that as an example. You know. But Alex tried to act like he was poor and didn't have much himself. But he acted like he was too embarrassed for me to be seen. I mean, for his mom to know who I am. And it fucked him dumping me. Or I mean, he didn't dump me, but I found out he cheated on me. And then this girl named Andrea had came to me on. I think she private messaged me during the MySpace days in 2007. That was around the time when the roommates kept pulling one of the roommates kept pulling knives on me repeatedly, and I was just going through such a rough time. I didn't realize I was just surrounded by nothing but devils in New York. And nobody wanted to help me. It was very scary. And I didn't have any family out there. And even then, my family wouldn't care. So, I mean, I feel like, there was other people. I feel angry because I call myself trying to be faithful and committed to Alex. Even though I felt like, well, doing it with him really sucked. His, was like pretty small, But, it seemed like he lied about everything. He lied about being a virgin. He lied about this. He lied about that. He was fake and lying the whole time. But he saw me off first sight after I was kind of new to New York. And he saw me off first sight. And before anything, he wanted to tongue kiss me. And I'm like, hold on, wait. We got to get to know each other first, But Alex was fake. Like, everything about him was fake. Very fake. And it was miserable having sex with him, too. It's like he tried to do sexually torturous things to me. That I won't even go into detail, But as I said, I thought it was just him being young and selfish. But yeah, he's now all of a sudden he sold his soul to the devil and he's freaking balling now. But I mean, how did Alex even get my phone number though? How did Wyatt even came up with a fake script and lied about how he lied about finding my phone number or something. And I fell for it too. So Wyatt turned out, Wyatt was Wyatt is a damn perp. So I can never fuck with Wyatt anymore. None of my family. But I mean, I don't even know if they turned Sean into a perp. Because my cousin Daryl Jr., who they call Do, they turned him into a perp. I would have never, because they used to single him out and treat him a certain way. After he became a perp, whenever his birthday would roll around, the family would have lavish birthday parties for him. They used to single him out and treat him a certain way. Wyatt and Dude don't get along. So Wyatt would always talk about Sean. Like, he would ask me, Wyatt would be like, "You want to you want to be lied to like Sean and do for the rest of your life?" And then he laughed and thought that was funny, asking me if I want to be lied to like Sean and do for the rest of my life. You know. So yeah, they had people on my old TikTok profile. I've still never heard anything about an appeal, and it's been a week. Today makes a week since the appeal. Excuse me. It's been a week since they had the appeal, and when I got this new TikTok, people who were following and supporting me, I let them know who I was, and about half of them that I try to follow and let them know who I was, they ignored me or blocked me or acted like as if they didn't know recognize. I'm like, wow. I can't even have the same connections, but they had a few of them, like a small handful of people who were excited for me to be back. Because I almost was going to give up for good on TikTok. But I feel like, I need to continue. Like, some people say that don't let people discourage you from continuing to speak the truth. Don't back down, and don't let them silence you. Keep on being bold and speaking the truth. So, I'm going to continue exposing my gang stalking. But YouTube needs to make it where if you block somebody on YouTube, then they can't see any of your information. Just like with Twitter or TikTok or whatever. Like on Twitter, if somebody block you, they will let you know that you've been blocked. But on TikTok, if somebody get hateful and block you, it will say account not found. But now it's like you gotta go through a hard way or the long way to find out who unfollowed you on Twitter, because they don't have that API thing no more. I would have been found out who blocked or unfollowed me, but now I have to do things the long way and the hard way, So but yeah. So yesterday evening, oh yeah, it was almost 8 o'clock in the evening. Was it? Or was it earlier? I don't remember what time I ate dinner. I think it was. And what did I have for dinner? I didn't have lunch because I was sleeping. What did I have for dinner? Help. Oh, I had the last 2 hot dogs with some cheese on it. And I couldn't even eat all the peas. And I had like 2 spoonfuls of peanut butter, because 1 serving is 2 tablespoons. And I had a Klondike cone. I don't think I'll buy those no more. I like the Klondike bars better, but the Klondike cone, they don't really taste special at all. I wish I had somebody I could give them away to, but I ain't cool with nobody around here. I'm really not. Because since everybody's perks, but it was buy one, get one free. So, I guess I might as well just eat them till they're gone. and then just don't buy those no more. So I was able to make a transportation appointment to go grocery shopping. So I'm gonna try to see about Aldi, and then but Aldi, they don't have Castile. It looks like they don't have Castile soap. So yeah. So with this kind of water, it takes a lot of soap to lather up, and then you gotta rinse extra, extra, extra. You know. So I had the last of those hot dogs. So I think I have 7 more cans of the skipjack tuna. And so, like, what if it's later on today and I have cereal and the last 3 eggs for breakfast, and then later on have some more peas, and then skipjack tuna and grits or something, or farina or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I haven't decided what food to get to hold me over for a couple of more days. But oh man, like I'm trying to not go to the Dairy Queen or something. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm already saying it in advance. I don't feel like walking to the store. You know, I mean, to walk to the store and have like a few days worth of food to hold me over. So it's like, how can, like, they have so many people who say stick to positive people or surround yourself around positive people. But it's like, when I show positivity, it gets ignored a lot of the times. And when I try to show positivity, it gets ignored. But, you know, but it's like, but then again, I mean, I don't want to even, like, I used to be a people pleaser back then. But, after I turned 25 years old, I started to cuss people out and say, fuck y'all. I mostly stopped trying to be a people pleaser and stopped kissing ass. But it's like Darius had manipulated for me to people please and kiss his ass. And I feel traumatized and disturbed that he manipulated me to act that way towards him. Because he wanted to set him, like the video that I did, he wanted to set himself up as a life coach or God in my life without me even realizing, excuse me, it's like Darius had falsely accused me of doing voodoo and witchcraft on him. And then he didn't know who to accuse. Like, he falsely accused me of performing witchcraft and making his stomach hurt. He falsely accused me of perping him when he was perping the shit out of him and gaslighting me. And he falsely accused me of he falsely accused me of doing a witchcraft spell and causing him to get hit by a car. And I'm like, well, if I never had an issue or an incident with you before and we've been talking on the phone, you reached out to me. And it's like, I'm wondering, like, why am I being scapegoated and wrongfully blamed of everything that happens to him? And then he started, acting like a perp and linking up with my twin sister and everything. and linking up with all my enemies. I mean, you falsely call yourself righteous. He's 8 whole years younger than me, though. A religious narcissist, you know, part of the fake Black Hebrew Israelites cult. But, you know, as I said, I'm still not fully healed from what he did to me. So, I want to stay away from people who people who try to act harsh. You know, if they gotta be harsh and brutal with their words. you know, but you know, as people swoop into your life and pretend to be some fake savior or hero, and then start manipulating the friendship, and then leave you to be like, you don't know why they did what they did. You know, and if he get praised for saying all kinds of fucked up shit, but then I didn't even know that he secretly thought that I was too negative energy draining or complained too much. But I'm like, well, how can people say that if they complain about targeting just like I do? Isn't that the reason why you reached out to me and wanted to talk to me? And you tricked and manipulated me into believing that I can, you know, have no filter and say whatever the hell I want without you being judging. So, you know, it seems like when people that be the fakest people who feel like as if they don't judge you, and then kind of find out when they do start judging you and being extra critical and acting like they have a problem with everything you do, then it's like you don't know what demon into that person, or you don't know who that person is anymore. You know, but it's been over a year, and I still have not healed from the psychological, emotional, and mental trauma that he did to me. But, you know, being targeted, you're by yourself. Even professed targets don't even try to encourage you. They think that telling somebody ignore and kicking you down even harder when you're suffering, they call that positive encouragement. Or for them to be judgmental and defend and agree with the perps, they consider that positive. You know, while they're trying to play God in your life and being fake and playing both sides. But it's like, if you separate yourself from me, but you complain about the targeting just as much as I do, why you're not negative and why I gotta be the negative one? Why am I the one that's feeling negativity, but you're not? I mean, you're complaining about the exact same thing. But the thing is, your situation is counterfeit and fake, and mine is authentic. Hold up.